The alpaca farm was a bust. It supposedly exists, but it's just a creepy Texas Chainsaw style place, and we got no answer. So that was a bust, but we'll go ahead and move on to plan B. We're out and about, got some time on the road, so let's go ahead and talk about the new ride in my life. Recently, I was able to have a quality of life upgrade, which is this. It is a 2017 Kia Sportage FE model, which I supposedly is fuel efficient, but whatever. And compared to what I was in last, which was a Nissan Rogue, this is a far superior machine. As you can tell, it's well laid out. You've got your touchscreen interface. This is the base model, so it's not the full 8-inch. It's just a basic, you know, simple thing. I do like that you have redundant controls down here. That's always good to see in modern cars. Real nice shifter layout. Drive modes. Always got it in sport. No reason to put in anything else, in my opinion. And it's a great little package. I mean, the Rogue had me thinking that every single CUV had to be a penalty box. And the only other CUV that I've driven is a Ford Escape Titanium, which, yeah, plenty quick, but you might as well be driving a freaking yacht down the road. But this feels like a composed little hatchback. You know, I've had it for about a week now, and I haven't really thrashed on it or anything, but from what I've seen, it's competent. The transmission's snappy enough. You know, when left to its own devices, it's an automatic transmission. It's going to be going for fuel efficiency. But when you slap it down into your Sportmatic over here, which is my standard mode, it's actually pretty responsive. It holds gears really well. Like, you can drop down pretty low in third or fourth and it'll hold it for you. But yeah, it's incredibly comfortable actually once you get used to the seating position. It's nice. The fuel efficiency, right now we're cruising at about 40. And don't be scared by that 20.4, that is all city. As you can see, when given the chance, I don't even take the freeway. I prefer frontage roads and shit. So, yeah, I mean, for a family machine, for something to keep your kids going and your family going, I could easily recommend this over, say, like an Accord sedan or something like that. I'm a diehard car guy, but something like this has shown me that no, these are not the absolute worst penalty box. This is something that you can, you know, drive weekly, daily basis, and if you need to, she'll pick it up. Lane change wasn't harsh. You know, the Rogue, that camera would have been out the fucking window. Bloop! But yeah, for a everyday runabout, you could ask for a lot worse. Or, I mean, I guess you wouldn't. I mean, people do. They buy Nissans, so they like worse. But so yeah, that's just a real quick, basic rundown of my feelings about this car after about a week. Like I said, it's not going to be winning any races or anything, but it'll punt you through traffic absolutely effort-free. You know, it's not a CVT, which is like my enemy in the world of CVTs and people who like them. So you don't try and pass somebody and it feels like the world's coming to an end. No, you just kick it down a couple gears, it squirts right around. And as you can tell with the window down, the sound levels in here are actually really decent. Now, once you open up more than one window, you do, as you will see for a second, as you can see, the aerodynamics, you get some airflow through here, but it's not best for your sound quality. Just showing off some more of Las Cruces. Right now you're getting the frontage road experience. Graffiti, that's real nice. Here in a minute we're going to be going down into the valley of actual Las Cruces, and that's a treat. That's a good view. And so yeah, you can give it a pause until then. And as always, our great little city keeps on expanding, so what was once nothing but wastelands just 5 minutes ago turns into this nice upper crust looking down on us type society. And
keep going, huh?
Yeah, it's almost there.
Colors.
And as you can see by probably the quality of the video, the ride is actually very nice. It's not overly bouncy, it's not wishy-washy like most CUVs, the two that I've driven other than this. But no, it's very planted. I've never had, I've had to do a couple emergency lane changes and I've never been worried about it. I've never had to think twice like I did in the Rogue. Okay, the Rogue I had to think about 12 times. But no, it's very composed. I would prefer the turbo. I would love to see what the turbo is capable of. This is the 2.4 just standard direct inject. But it's got 184 ponies, and for around town, it's plenty. I'm actually a little worried about how people these days can go down and buy a base model Civic that runs 14s. People don't need that shit. But yeah.
What do you think about the all-wheel drive trim?
And yeah, that brings up a good point. No, this is not the all-wheel drive trim, and honestly, I would not have chose differently unless that was the only way to get the turbo, which I believe it is. But you do get a little bit of rambunctious wheel spin, even from the mediocre performance, but it's planted, the composure's great, it doesn't understeer like a pig, and honestly, as you'll see in the video, we take some pretty rough frontage roads that this handled like a champ. It's sprightly enough that I was throwing it around through corners, kicking up a little bit of rooster tail. So no, all-wheel drive is not necessary for day-to-day life, unless you live in somewhere where you're dealing with ice more seasons out than not. But even out here where you have dirt roads still plentiful, you have washouts, as long as you know what you're doing and understand the capabilities of your vehicle, you're never going to need more than you have. See, she'll swing for the fences when you let it.
Nice little grumble. I'd like to hear one with an exhaust.
Yeah, and see, that's another thing is Rogue and even the Escape. Yeah, it's that little turbo, but it has no personality. This little guy, though, that's a misnomer right now. Hello, Hyundai. So anyways, this guy, it almost makes me wonder why you don't see the people that were driving their Civics in the thousands putting a K&N and a catback on these. With this transmission, you'd be able to get a couple of pops and burbles on downshift. More beautiful, beautiful Las Cruces. Enjoy the view.
This is New Mexico.
Yeah, this is the desert. Look at the base of that mountain out there. Welcome to our desert. And this is a dry season. So anyways, yeah. I mean, I would genuinely, if it were my personal vehicle and it was my only choice, I had triplets or something, I would absolutely source out a decent, quiet, just understated exhaust and a good tube intake, get a little more oomph out of it, but bring that personality out. It has some personality there. And here in a second, we are going to be Alright guys, so we got most of the interior and driving impressions, and if the weather holds up, it doesn't get too windy, we're going to do a good walk around, maybe talk about the engine bay a little bit, but yeah, if we don't, thanks for dropping in, hope you like this new kind of video, peace out.